Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since my last video. I'm so sorry this took so long. So it was tough. We've moved several times before. This isn't like our first move or anything. Like, we're military, so we're kind of used to moving. But it's very tough to unpack and fix stuff. Apparently, when you have two toddlers that needs to be entertained, either my husband would be entertaining them or I would be entertaining them, so it was crazy. But it took us a while, but I think we're finally all settled in. We still have to hang a few stuff like clocks and stuff, but otherwise everything seems to be good. I'm gonna be showing the last part of my Hoya collection. So the first one, let's start with the ones I got from Unsolicited Plant Talks. These are the ones that I got recently. So the first one I have is the Hoya Kodada. I think this is just the green or the Sumatra. I have to double check. But so far I have this in my terrarium and it's been just giving me those aerial roots. Can't tell if that's a leaf. So a new set of leaves would be coming soon, and also one over there. I'm very excited. This is actually my second Kodada. The first one I got, I need to put more cocoa husk on this. The first one I got was a cutting that I couldn't root. It was just so hard to root. So I decided to get one from UPT because the plants are really healthy. So far this so good. This one is alive. The next one I got alongside with this one is a Flora. Now I believe this one came with 4 or 5 leaves in general, but I only have 2 left, and it's very frustrating. This is actually my second Flora. The first one, same thing, I couldn't root it back then. But this one is rooted, but it's just declining. I don't know how to keep it happy. The leaves are just dropping. I'm assuming it's dropping because, you know, with the travel it got stressed, but it's still alive for now. But I think it might die soon, I'm not sure. We will see. But I really love this one. I wanted to do good because I like it. But right now this one is in a terrarium too. I've read from some people that it does better with neglect, not to water it too much, but you know, give it that constant humidity. So I left it in my terrarium. If you guys have any other tips, feel free to comment them down below. I would appreciate it so much. The next one I have is my Hoya Fu Ensis. Now, initially I got this plant a little bit bigger, 2 trellis size, but I cut it, I don't know if you guys can see, but I cut it right here. I cut it and then I stuck it back in there so that I get kind of a fuller pot, and it's giving me some new leaves right there. And this one decided, I don't know if you guys can see, decided to give me a peduncle. I don't know if it's alive because it looks kind of dry, but then again, when a Fu Ensis leaf comes out, it looks a little bit fuzzy, so I can't tell if it's alive or not, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. But yeah, I really love this one. It's just so pretty. It's fuzzy, it's splashy. I think this one is a must-have, especially if you like splashy and fuzzy. Gotta get this one for sure. The next one I have is my Hoya Pecha Clada Marginada. I actually have the main plant outside. Here it is, and I decided to cut the new growths because I wanted a smaller plant like this. I feel they're just cuter compared to the actual mother plant. I'm sure it's not gonna stay this small, but I just like these ones, so that's why. But it's really pretty. So far it's alive. It's pretty easy going. The next one I have is the Hoya Graffiti Silver. This one is just so pretty. Now I did, this was a bigger plant, and then I cut it maybe once or twice to propagate. To sell, of course, because I need to fund my addiction. But yeah, it's really pretty. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up, but the splashy leaves are just really cute. I love it. It's not like a pubicalyx in a sense, because pubicalyx is bigger leaves. This one is a bit narrower and smaller in my opinion, but very splashy. If you give it a lot of light, I'm sure it can be splashier than this. But that one's my favorite, alongside with the Fu Ensis and the Pecha Clada. No offense to the other the other two, but so far I love those ones. This one I got as well from UPT. It's a Kinagiana Albo Marginada. It was like on a sale, just because I think for this one, the elbow part, or like the white part, you know, can be unstable sometimes. You gotta give it that consistent light to, you know, to get that kind of color. So obviously this one is from UPT, and then this is the new leaves it's giving me under the grow lights. I don't know if that's just gonna be green when it comes up, but now that I'm looking at it like against the light like this, I do see a little bit of white. So we'll see how it goes, but so far so good. It's not been finicky or anything, and I think it's doing pretty well. The next one I got is Hoyas from Ankin. I actually bought more. It's gonna be on the way soon. But the first one I got from her is a Hoya Finlaysonii Black. Oh, I'm not really, you know, super into Finlaysonii, but I really like how this one looks. I love the darker one, and I have a Hoya AH029 that kind of looks similar to it. That's why I love it. Possibly, I've read that AH029 is kind of like a Finlaysonii type too, but really pretty. I love it. If you are not part of Hoya Lovers Facebook store, that's where she posts most of her auctions, or like deal or no deal Hoyas. Put the link down below for that, but check her out. She posts constantly. Probably every day she would have new Hoyas, and you just have to get them all. And most of the time it's like pretty good price. Like you just have to have time to actually like pay attention to the auction, turn on your notifications, set an alarm. But her auctions are gonna be ending pretty much like same time. But yeah, go check it out and get yourself some Hoyas. The next one I have is a Hoya No ID, also from Ankin. Very pretty. If you guys know what it is, you can comment them down below. I would appreciate it. But it seems kind of like a Finlaysonii type too. I'm not sure, but really pretty. I love it. It's like hardy. I think you can get, yep, you can get splash on it too if you put more light to it. So I'm very excited to see that one, girl. The next one I have is from Lindsay Renee. She's also a seller on Hoya Lovers Facebook store. She does purges every now and then. She's been not posting since last year, I believe mid last year. So she's finally back, and I'm seeing her post some Hoyas, so I got some from a purge. The first one I have is a Hoya GPS 7731. Kind of reminds me of like a Breviolata and Curvula kind of vibe. It's a bit bigger than my Breviolata for sure, and it's like kind of like a spoon looking thing. I thought it was pretty cool. It's definitely not like the GPS 7240, the grape one, but I think it's pretty cool, and I think you can sun stress this one too, so I'm looking forward to that. The next one is a Hoya Mb1497. This one is a Ariethrina and Mb1141 hybrid from my small research. MB is like Michael Bernardo. I believe he's in Florida or Hawaii. I think it's Hawaii. But yeah, it's really simple right now, just because I just got it, and I think I got this like a month ago or so, and we shall see, because it's producing like new growth right there. I want to see what it looks like, the new leaf, what it would look like in my environment. So very exciting to see that one too. Next one I got is a Hoya Espy Lilly province. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I got this from a trade from a good friend of mine, Mildred. She's also she's local here in Hawaii, but I've been wanting this one for so long, and it has kind of of like a dark margin. I'm not sure because this one doesn't have one, but we'll see. It's giving me new growth. Is that new growth? Nope, that's like a dried new growth. So it's not giving me new growth, but it's still alive for now, thankfully. And I can't wait for this one to grow. I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully I don't kill it. The next one I have is a Hoya Ensis. Used to be like a Hoya Pimentelliana from what I'm remembering. So I used to have it like this tall, and I decided to grab my scissors and just cut. So I cut it up. I wanted kind of like a bushier plant. It looks kind of limpy right now because I'm still brooding the new ones, but I feel like it would be like a good fuller plant once I trellis it up and it grows. But yeah, I love this one too. This one's a personal favorite too because of that velvety kind of texture, and it's a pretty easy grower, I think. Hoyas that I got from Thailand with a friend. They're not doing the prettiest right now. I think they just didn't like the transition during the move. So the first one I got is a Hoya Globular, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, Hoya Globular. I actually got this thinking it was something else. I forgot the name of what I wanted initially, but this isn't what I wanted. But I was like, when I saw the leaves, I was like, not too bad. It kind of reminds me of like a Lemingtonia in a sense, but I'm not sure. It's kind of like sad right now because it's still brooding, but it's alive. And I hope it looks prettier than this when it actually produces new growth. The next one that took a lot of damage during the move, some of the leaves, most of the leaves burned. I think I had like 3 or 4 leaves, and I only have one left, is this Hoya Cv Metallica. It's a very interesting name when I saw it on the Hoya list, because I'm like, is it like, because there's not much info about the Cv Metallica, and a lot of people on Google that I've researched was like saying it's Joy now, it's Hoya Joy, but I don't own Joy to know if they're different or the same. And like I said, this is the leaf from Thailand. I haven't gotten a leaf from it for me, so it's very hardy. It does, just basing it off this, it kind of looks like Joy, but again, I'm not sure. But according to what I've searched, it's a hybrid. It's a Cv Metallica. It's a hybrid between Espy Laos and Vitellina, which is also the mother plants of Hoya Cv Joy. So I don't know. We will find out what it is if it stays alive. Because like I said, I have like a bunch of sticks now because the other leaves died and burned, and it is what it is. The next one I have is a Hoya Busco Marginada. Now this one I'll try to be careful because there is a bug on it, an orange bug. I killed a few of this after asking on Instagram and also some Facebook groups about what this bug is, and apparently it's a ladybug larvae. I don't know if I'm saying that right because I'm not familiar with bugs in the US, but it's supposed to be a good thing. So after I killed a few, I stopped killing them after I found out what it was. So but yeah, it's right there. I'll give you guys a close-up, but it's right there. But this one, this big one, is my Hoya Busco Marginada. Now right now it's a bit leggy, just tendrils and stuff, but I want to cut it, but it's just been tendriling, so I want to leave it alone. But based on the small research that I did, oh, this one's really pretty leaves. I don't know if you guys can see. Based on the small research I did, the Busco Marginada is like, a lot of people said it's similar to Vitellina, which I don't know if it's true because I have a Vitellina right here. But then again, my Vitellina source was from, a different seller, but I think it's very different. I don't think it's the same just because the Busco has a dark margin and my Vitalina doesn't. And it's giving me pink splashes right there. But then again, the Busco Marginada also gives me pink splashes, but I don't think they're the same. But like I said, different seller, different environment. My Vitalina could be a little bit different than your Vitalina. So I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know, feel free to comment them down below. But Busco Marginada is supposed to be a Vitalinoides and a Vitalina hybrid from what I've been seeing. But yeah, not super sure on the mother parents of that one, or like if it's even a hybrid or if it's just Vitalina. I don't know. But feel free to comment them down below if you know the answer. The next one I have is the Hoya, who are you? Hoya Dasi. Let me see if I can grab this. It's big, and I actually cut this. Sorry, my trellises are falling because they're normally leaning on a wall or something like that. So I already cut this and like made a bouquet of cuttings, but it's still pretty big. This one is just a fast grower, like it just won't stop growing. And I actually put like another viney one here in the back that is still doing kind of well. But really pretty. You can actually sun stress it, but I don't know, it just doesn't look as pretty when I sun stress it, and looks kind of weird. I don't know. I like it green, if anything. Hoya Dasi is like a hybrid of Michael Bernardo from Hoya Creations. This one is actually, Hoya Creations is, I believe in Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know which part of Hawaii, I mean which island, but it's named after Dorothy Green, you know, wife of famous Ted Green. So I believe this one also goes by the name of Hoya Mb1497, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Hoya Mb1497. But yeah, that one's a fast grower. It's really easy going. You can sun stress it if you want. I think it's a must-have for Hoya beginners, just because it's pretty, it's simple, it's fast growing. Oh yeah, for the Dasi, it's a Nickel Soniai and Incrustada hybrid, in case you wanted to know the mother parents. But the next one I have is a Hoya Fungii. Another big one that has been tendriling, and I can't really cut it. It actually gave me a peduncle right here, and so far so good. It's been growing well. It's not really difficult, and it has like a little bit of fuzzy texture in it. I personally love this one too, and it can get a little bit splashy. I think it can be more splashy if you give more light to it. So, but so far so good. I love it, and it's just giving me like lots of love, lots of new leaves, baby leaves, just tendriling away. So I hope that one does really good. Last but definitely not least, this one is my top one right now. Not because it's the prettiest, but just because it has the same name as my name. So I was very excited when a friend of mine, Bruce, was able to get this for me. This was actually a gift from him, and I was like on cloud 9, or like super happy when it got here and it was alive, and it's just so pretty. So this one is a Hoya, trying to show it but not break it, Hoya Cv Christine, because my name is Janel Christine. That's like my full first name, so this is the closest I can get. There's no Hoya Janel out there, at least none that I know of. But I really love this one, and I've been looking everywhere for it, and he found it and he sent me one, and I'm so excited to finally have it, and it's alive. It actually got here as a cutting, and now it's giving me new leaf, and it's actually like there's a little bump right there too for growth point. But it's so pretty. I love it. It kind of has like a very thick leaf. Kind of has an Obscura vibe, but not exactly like an Obscura. I think you can sun stress this one too, but I'm not trying to. I'm just like trying to be careful with it. Don't want to burn any leaf, you know. But this one is a It's a Michael Miyashiro hybrid in Hawaii as well. It's supposed to be a subquintilervis and Potsii hybrid. It's supposed to be named after Christine Burton. But yeah, it's really pretty. I'm in love with this one, and this has been my baby. I've been like just stalking it, making sure it's happy, because this is all I have. If it dies, it dies. Well, if it dies, I still have that part, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's everything. I'm actually getting a few more Hoyas next week that I'll probably do an unboxing, but I didn't want to include it with this video. But that's so far what I have for my Hoya collection. Thank you guys so much for sticking around from part 1 up until now. If you haven't seen the other videos, go ahead and check them out, binge watch it if you want to. But as always, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or comment them down below. But feel free to DM me on my Instagram. It's gonna be loca_for_Hoya. And if you like this video, please click that like button, and you can also subscribe if you want to. I'll see you guys till the next video. Take care and stay safe. Bye.